Hi, I'm Matthew Hayashi, and this is my demonstration of the serial transmit of temperature project. Here's a rough picture of my system. The Arduino is hooked up to the breadboard, which I attached two buttons to, and the temperature probe is the long wire with the metal piece at the end. The two buttons I implemented are a pause and go button that I use to interrupt the temperature signal so that I can pause the temperature readings in between taking it out and putting it into the freezer. Here's me calibrating the temperature probe to ice water. Here's my system. I put the temperature probe into ice water to calibrate it, and you can see on the screen that I am waiting for the temperature to stabilize so that I can use it as an adjustment to the temperatures. Here's me adjusting the temperature probe to boiling water. So I stuck it in boiling water, and again I waited for the temperature to stabilize so that I could use it to adjust the raw data coming in from the temperature probe. Here's a demonstration of the output I get on the serial monitor. On the left is the time in milliseconds since the program started, and on the right is the temperature in Fahrenheit. I'll now show what is demonstrated on the screen during the experiment. I used PuTTY to log all the temperature output. As you can see, the temperatures are outputting into the screen. They're going to be coming out every 10 seconds. For this demonstration, though, I sped up the video. You will also see that there is a pause in between sections, so I used the stop and go button to stop logging information into the system, and then once I put the temperature probe into the freezer, I push start again. I also did the same thing with taking the temperature probe out of the freezer, so I paused the system and then started it up again. And you'll see that there's little gaps in the data so that when I open the CSV file in Excel, I know which sections are for the temperature in the freezer and which ones are for the temperature outside of the freezer. I'll now explain the results I got from the experiment. This first chart shows the temperature probe stabilizing at room temperature. You can see that it kind of fluctuates in between 65.95 and 65.85 degrees Fahrenheit. I took the middle as the temperature stabilizing at room temperature. This next graph shows the temperature probe going from room temperature to the freezer for 5 minutes. You can see that the temperature decreases exponentially. The time on the x-axis is the same time that we logged on PuTTY, the time since the program started. And on the y-axis is the temperature in Fahrenheit. The next graph is the temperature probe coming out of the freezer. And you can see that the temperature rises logarithmically, so inversely to putting the temperature probe into the freezer. Again, the axes are the same. And that wraps up my demonstration of the temperature probe experiment. Thank you for watching.